Welcome back, guys. We're part 3 of 6 for our Topps Heritage high number hobby box case break. And our first two videos, we nailed some nice autos. Our first one, we had a real one auto, red ink, which was pretty cool. And then yesterday, we had the Jackson Holiday real one auto as well. So hopefully the card gods will smile on us and we can continue on with the same luck. All right, starting off with another box topper that is just hammered. Again, not sure why they don't take the time to put a sleeve on them or something, but yeah, this thing's pretty wore out. And because these videos are so long, what I'm going to try to do is, instead of going through every single card, we'll just spin through them and just cover the hits or the inserts. And then at the end, I'll pause, I'll go through and make sure there's no short prints or variations that I might have missed, and then come back with those. So without further ado, let's have some fun. All right, nothing much in that first pack. Baseball season is fully underway, and it's awesome watching my Braves start off 0-2 against the Padres, who knocked them out of the playoffs last year. At least we're being consistent. There we go, Jackson Chourio base. Miguel Marte for rookie performers. We pulled his mini yesterday. All right, so we got our first blue border. Kind of curious, I don't know, maybe you guys know, on the back of those blue borders, they all state that it says white border. It doesn't matter if it's blue, aqua. I've pulled a black, and I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but it says white border. It's very obvious that it is the blue, so I was just curious if anybody knew that. If you did, comment below, let me know. I can't seem to find the answer. All right, we got an aqua. One looked a little bit different. Oh, we got an auto. Look at that. Jose Rodriguez. Don't know anything about you, but you're on the White Sox, so good luck. It's a very interesting signature. Actually, kind of cool. So Jose Rodriguez. So that'll be our hit for the box. Gonna get that thing sleeved up. It's pretty bad now. I'm like, oh, Jose Rodriguez, it's my auto, yay. Get kind of spoiled there with the first ones we had. But auto is an auto, so don't want to be disrespectful. I think this is the most autos I've ever pulled. Most of the boxes we get always in there get the, what is it, the relic, which usually is pretty garbage, but yeah. Got our first Chrome. Joey Menendez. Now and then, Corbin Carroll. Let's go ahead and get this chrome sleeved up. And it is, if you can see, 656 out of 699. Just curious if you guys out there, has anybody else had any decent autos? So that Jackson Holiday was pretty nice. So I'm curious to see what you guys are finding. Okay, we got our white border, Hunter Renfroe, Yamamoto, Alright, looks like we got another one coming up. Another chrome. Padres, Joe Musgrove. 244 out of 699 with it. Yeah. All sorts of print lines. I don't know if you can see those up top by the Padres. Just lines everywhere. Go ahead and sit that off to the side so it doesn't get mixed in with the eBay pile. Corey Seager. Been pretty good for a while with the damages, but now we're starting to get a couple of box. But at least it's the chromes. You know, I'd hate for it to be one of the base. Blue for our next insert. Looks like we had another chrome in here. Rookie infielders. And from the Cubs, we got a rookie here with more print lines on it. That's awesome. I don't know if they're print lines or scratches going through the machine. And at least it's a 10 out of 75. You see him right there on his face. 10 out of 75, and it is damaged. Awesome. Hopefully you guys aren't having this issue. I know I've heard some. I see some videos with guys having crimp marks on the bottom of their cards. It kind of stinks. So Jake Bauers, more damaged card. Wow. So we've had, what's this? This is our fourth chrome, and 3 out of them are all scratched up. Got them across his helmet here. You're going horizontally as well. Awesome. Well, card gods are not happy with me this morning. Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going on. Wow. Guess maybe I should have been more excited about Jose Rodriguez auto. Next Aqua. Shota. All right, we have our mini, Ryan Jeffers. Blaze Alexander. And what do we got here? Most valuable players. 120 out of 225. Kyle Yastrzemski and Orlando Cepeda, sorry. At least that one's pretty, looks like it's pretty good quality. So is this a silver chrome or silver foil? Silver chrome. Nice, we get that sleeved up. Next, blue. Again, nothing exciting. This has been front of a. It's probably been our worst box yet. Guess you can't get them all the time. Guess you get spoiled. Yeah, we pulled his mini yesterday, I believe. And we got another white border. Again, nothing exciting with the names. The blue, Jose. Ramon Laureano is no longer with the Braves. Yamamoto. All right, last pack of this bum box. Let's just get this done and move on. Holy cow. Not an exciting box at all. Looks like we got another chrome. 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh, that'll be interesting because we've already got 5. Jared Jones. And it's another multiplayer. So 94 most valuable players. Who is that? Bagwell and Frank Thomas, the big hurt. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see it right there, Bagwell, right there where the light ring is. Scratches all the way across. Wow. Thanks, Topps. Love your quality control. I've already had 30 from our Series 1. They were all damaged and bent up. I don't even know why I'm sleeving that up. Just lost my mind. Awesome. And that is it. Thank for that box. We got one more box to go through. I'm just glad that nightmare is over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause real quick here and go through some of those, see if there was any variations I missed. All right, guys, just went through everything. There was just the 8 short prints, and none of those names are really exciting, so I'm not going to waste your time going through those. But again, we did have the... oh, shoot, we had 6 chromes, which is pretty interesting, because normally you're only supposed to get 5. I guess is the average. So that's pretty cool to get that, even though 4 of those 5 were damaged. So hopefully this next box here we can make up for it and move on. And right off the top, we got a Shohei Ohtani, oversized box topper. And it looks to be in decent shape. Again, I wouldn't know how to sleeve these, protect those things. All right. Double them up right there because we didn't get a lot of hits last time, at least no big names. Hopefully that'll change with our auto. Hopefully we can get a decent name. Again, I don't want to sound like an unappreciative jerk, but yeah, I'm spoiled. So come on, card god. At least don't have us any damaged chrome. All right. We got chrome right off the bat. The silver, Brady Singer. All right, not bad. I know he's not with the Royals anymore, and it doesn't appear to be damaged at all. Set this down here just for a second. Get to these. Yeah. And it'd be a shame for me not to mention that he was a former Gator as well. I believe he was on that 2020 team that went half the season undefeated before COVID shut everything down. Okay, that's just on the sleeve. Yeah, it's pretty nice though. 148 out of 225. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I think it was Brady Singer and Pete Alonso were all on that team together. Not that that means anything. And we got our first blue, Connor Phillips. Okay, so we got our relic here, which is kind of dinged up already. So that's awesome. Michael Harris Jr. All right, Braves, I'll take it. Game use, that's the bat. Instead of the jersey. Nice, all right. And Michael Harris has been struggling at the beginning of this year. I think he actually struggled pretty much through all spring training. So going from National League Rookie of the Year to struggled the last couple of years. Let me see if he can get back on track. All right, we got our next chrome. Evan Pereira. And of course, this has got some scratch marks on it as well. See it right along the side of his head all the way down. There you go, right in that ring. Got one right there by my thumbs. Awesome. Yay. Here we go again. Ay. So I guess Topps was just teasing us with those first couple boxes we had. Again, nothing. And I'm looking at that Shohei back there in the background. I think massive compared to some of the other box toppers we've gotten so far. I think I'm going to go check that out here in a second. Okay, we got a next damaged chrome. Jack Leiter. Yep, print lines all up and down. I don't know if you guys can see that. So again, I don't know if I'm saying the right term. Print lines, more of maybe I guess it was going through a machine. Since I'm down the line. So this was 283 out of 699. And yeah, awesome. Fish out the pack. Mike Schmidt. Sit him down over there. God almighty, man. It is so frustrating. Yeah, I know you can send them back to Topps, but the process and effort it takes, their system's not the best. It takes forever. All right, now same size. It just, that Shohei looked pretty massive. All right, we got another blue. Wyatt Langford. Wait a minute. Something looks different with that Wyatt Langford. Let me take a look to those here because I've pulled some of these already. Okay, so we got an image variation. There we go. Nice. Check it out. That's the second variation of Wyatt Langford I've pulled. I haven't pulled one of this sort. I did the, actually it was not image variation, it was color swap that we had before. So that's pretty cool. All right, nice. So another Florida Gator. Paul Skeens. Jackson Churio on the Aqua. That's Aqua, right? Yeah, even though it says white border. It's the second one of those I pulled. Okay, we got the next mini here. Blanco. Churio, Contreras, Yelich, and Frelick. Yeah, I wish we'd never gotten rid of Contreras. That dude's been awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed him when he was a Brave as well. He's always excited behind the plate, hyping up the pitchers. Just, I don't know. I enjoyed watching him play the game. Paul Skeens Rookie Performers. Flattery looked off. Nope. Now and then. Shota. Okay, oh no, it's just sticking. Yamamoto with the blue. Jackson Merrill base. So another chrome coming up here. Blaze Alexander. Wasn't he like a hot prospect a few years ago? That name sounds so familiar. And the Padres, Matsui. Matsui, who's all scratched up. Just running up and down his face everywhere. I know the camera doesn't pick it up unless you get a certain angle. But man, right here, it is clear as day. And check out that number. 5 of 5. 5 of 5. It's a damaged card. I mean, seriously, Topps, what are we doing? God almighty. Well, that's frustrating. Card gods up there just laughing their butt off right now. See even if they're even paying attention. Guess next time I need to do a better sacrifice prior to opening up these cards. Aqua. Shota. It's sad when you pull a 5 of 5 and the first thing you notice is just all the scratch marks and damage to it. Jackson Holiday base. So we pulled his auto yesterday. That was pretty cool. There. Now we're winding down here. About 5 packs to go, I think. No, 4. White border Blaze Alexander, this guy was asking about a minute ago. Our next chrome, Jake Cronenworth. 285 out of 699. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just a big old scratch mark right across the S going across the border here. I mean, wow. Yeah, you guys heard me say enough. This is absolutely ridiculous. Wyatt Langford base. Topps has got to figure something out. I want to spend the money and buy stuff, but not when it's cost me more money and hours filling out their forms, printing out all their darn forms, and then sending stuff back, and then hopefully you'll get whatever they have on stock. Jackson Chourio base. Vladdy with the blue. And that is it for box number 2. I'm going to pause real quick to see if there's any other variations I might have missed, and I'll come back to you. Thanks. All right, guys, went through there. Got the 8 short print. Again, nothing, no big names. So just kind of doing a quick recap here. None of the boxes were really exciting, I guess you'd say, especially considering all the damaged chrome cards that we had. I mean, from the first box here, we had 6 actual numbered chromes, which was pretty cool. We even had 1 to 75, but they're all covered in some type of damage from going through a machine or processor, and you can't do anything with those. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then on our second box, we had 5 chromes, no big deal. But then that we had 4 of them that were damaged as well. That are just, it's not something you can overlook. And the big kicker was this last one here, Matsui, which was 5 of 5. And yeah, I said it's damaged, and I wouldn't sell that. I'd be ticked off if I bought this from somebody and had all these damages to them. So I try to be fair and honest as I can with everybody else. Don't want to do anything intentional. Because again, this is a hobby. It is fun. And there's no reason. There's enough jerks out there to add to it. So again, pretty disappointing box. I might try to do one more before we go on vacation here soon. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and let me know how you're doing as well.